Good.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I realize in the United States it's Memorial Day, so there's a lot of people spending time with their family and their loved ones. And real quick, I just want to say thank you to the veterans and our servicemen for all you've done and what you continue to do. We really, really value and appreciate you. To our international friends, thank you for hopping on. And if you're going to be catching this on a replay, I'm really, really excited for you to hear this information. I can tell you both Shawn and I, a few years ago, were introduced to this. He's the other presenter tonight. And it's been life-changing for both of our families and so many people that we know. So we have a massive gift. I'm going to get to the point, and we're going to give you kind of an overview on everything. But this truly is, it's an all-natural breakthrough. We're first with an amazing opportunity with amazing products that biohack the body. And we're going to share why this is going to add value to you. So first of all, my name is Chelsey Welna. Let's get to the next slide here. All right. My name is Chelsey Welna. I live in Omaha, Nebraska. My husband is a director of IT here. I have two beautiful little girls, 7 and 3, and we have a golden retriever. And I will be completely real with you. I did not know what I did not know 4 years ago when I was introduced to this. I was a health and PE teacher. I was a coach. I coached girls high school basketball and high school soccer. And I'll be honest with you, I've always had a vision to help a lot of people, and I think that's why I went into teaching. However, there came a point in my life when I had my daughter where I wanted more time with her. I wanted to be able to pick her up from school. She was going to be starting kindergarten, my oldest. I wanted to make more money. I wanted to contribute more to the family. I wanted to be able to just do more. And honestly, I wasn't fulfilled. I was not consistently happy. And I was praying for something to come across my plate. I was praying for a vehicle for change. And while I was doing that, I was frustrated. We were talking about getting my master's. I was talking about, my husband and I were talking about going into corporate America, maybe HR, maybe becoming a principal. However, none of those things would do what I wanted to do ultimately, which is have more time with my family. Now, here's what's kind of cool. It wasn't at the time, but we were trying to have a baby, struggling, and this was with our second. And it's crazy. God knows what you need when you need it, because Shawn's wife, Michelle, we connected on Facebook, and she introduced LifeVantage to me. And this is what we're going to share with you tonight, why this is so incredible. And I'll tell you this, you guys, there was a cardiologist that came to Omaha. She said, get to that meeting. I went, I took my husband. We literally sat in the room. We had no clue why we were there, what we were doing, but I just had a gut feeling about it. So honestly, the person that invited you, they thought of you for a reason too. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for being present to hear this information. And I just encourage you to be open-minded, because you never know what this could do for your life and the lives of others. So we're in this meeting, and it was incredible. And I remember leaving it, and I looked at my husband in the car and I said, so what'd you think? And he was like, well, if anything, it's like life insurance for our health. We both need to be on this. And for him to say that, that was a huge deal, because he's very skeptical, very numbers guy, logical, realistic. And so I was like, okay, well, fast forward, you guys, 3 months, we were both customers. We found out that we were pregnant. Now, I don't want to say this treats, cures, prevents, or mitigates disease, but I knew, I'm like, okay, this was my sign that this was, supposed to come into our life. So I'm going to get more into my story, but I do want to tell you that these products are hands down, there's nothing like it. They biohack the body, they stop the attack that's going on. And if you are a health-minded person, if you're struggling with your health, if you're looking to make more money, I'm telling you, this is something you need to look into, and just do your due diligence, because this is a game changer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an ABC Primetime Investigative Report. In 2003, Protandim Nerve 2 came out. It's our flagship product. It rocked the health world. There's nothing like it. And John Quinones and his team came in to do an ABC Primetime Investigative Report and disprove Protandim Nerve 2. However, they couldn't. And that's pretty incredible in itself. So this video is kind of old. However, I love it because it's the foundation of our company. It's where we started, and to see where we started to where we're at now and where we're headed is a huge deal. So as you're watching this, I want you to think of people that you know in your life who may need or want what we have with this, and just see what we've got, because it's incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you. Oh, and then it's going to take you to what we currently have as well, and then I'll get into all that as we get going.
The following is an ABC primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
I can record it, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding.
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress. We all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
And it's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, Doctor, how often do I take this?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
What is that?
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway. But it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me?
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result, my level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases. Liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks, even mental disease. Yes, depression, Alzheimer's disease, depression. But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old to find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. But because it's being sold as a nutritional supplement and not a drug, Protandim does not need FDA approval for safety.
Protandim NRF2 is protected by 7 U.S. patents. Major universities and government agencies initiated and continue self-funded studies following the ABC Primetime Investigative Report you just viewed that originally aired back in 2005. These studies continue to reveal more scientific evidence about Protandim NRF2's unique benefits and to evaluate how this anti-aging breakthrough can prevent and improve many of the problems associated with aging. The next video will bring you up to date on what happened next.
So the vitality stack starts with the basic foundation, Nerve 1, Nerve 2 probio, to which we added the new product, Omega Plus.
Nerve 1 is helping specifically our mitochondrial function. It's helping the number of mitochondria that we need, so it helps the energy state, and it's also helping as far as what the blueprint is being followed, what genes are being expressed. Unfortunately, mitochondria, they produce free radicals, and oxidative stress is actually increased the more powerful they are and the more in use they are. So we need to take Protandim Nerve 2 alongside with it to decrease that free radicals, to decrease that oxidative stress that's happening. And that's why we also call it a 1-2 punch, because not only are we helping our mitochondria function normally, but we need to clean up the debris that happens with a good functioning mitochondria.
The probiotic that we have, it's going to improve the health of the gut, which is where 80% of your immune system starts.
So to have the company create a probio that has Welna in it, that helps to calm that immune response, and in a timely fashion where it actually gets throughout the whole intestinal tract to address the immune system.
The omega-3s are an essential component of our cell membranes, and omega-3 deficiency makes that cell membrane not function very well. We need those omega-3s to keep our cell membrane, our nervous system going and healthy. The other thing, vitamin D, is something that is just essential from all aspects. It improves immune systems. I think when you combine all of these products together, you've got the home run.
We're going to continue to be at the forefront of consumer wellness, coming up with scientific products that are proven to get a better benefit than you could possibly get by just taking those ingredients alone and then applying that to the biohacking outcomes of our customers today.
Okay, so I love that ABC report because, again, they were going in to disprove our flagship product, Protandim Nerve 2, and they could not. Amazing. And then it's taking you to where we're at now with our biohacking products. So I want to tell you why we're at the forefront of something called nutrigenomics, why this is a big deal, why there's nothing like this, and why this is important for you and the people that you love. So First of all, you guys, biohacking. What is biohacking? Well, you can read it here. It's taking control of a complex system in order to achieve a desired outcome. So in layman's terms, it's stopping the attack on the body. Okay, and when you're thinking of your cells, you can't be healthy if you don't have healthy cells. So what we have heals and repairs the cells, and I'll get into that, and the gut and the brain. And we're at the forefront of a $600 billion industry, the health industry, health and wellness, with nutrigenomics. It's basically where naturally occurring compounds affect our DNA. And what I love about this company is we don't put a Band-Aid on things. We get to the root of disease and help prevent that way. And it's natural, which I love that. Let me go to the next part. Next slide here. So that aired in 2005. And after that ABC report aired, here's the kicker. There was no infrastructure, there was no sales team, there was no marketing team. It was just a group of scientists, and they had this amazing product, Protandim Nerve 2, and millions of orders came in. They couldn't fulfill all those orders. And at the same time, major universities were reaching out, wanting to fund and study their own studies because they thought, oh my gosh, that's amazing if that can do that, if that can do that. So our studies don't come from LifeVantage. They're peer-reviewed, third-party research funded by outside institutions, universities, which I love. When I started this, you guys, there were 16 peer-reviewed studies on a site called PubMed. Now there's 23, and the research is growing. I mean, this is a huge, huge deal with an all-natural activator. I hate the word supplement because it's not a supplement. Ours activates the body, and we'll get into that. We are publicly traded on the NASDAQ, so we're completely transparent, authentic, and I like that too. My husband, again, who's a realist, a skeptic initially, he liked the fact that it was publicly traded because, again, you have to throw all the numbers out and put everything on the table. So here's what happened. After that aired, you guys, we went into retail. So we went into stores like GNC, Rite Aid, CVS, and our bottle of Protandim, this Nerve 2 activator, sat on the shelves. It wasn't selling because people didn't know the difference between a Nerve 2 activator and a bottle of vitamin C. And the sales clerk couldn't answer questions, so it wasn't selling. So they were advised to go into what's called network marketing or person-to-person distribution because there's a story to share. And that's what I love about what we do. We get to share that story with you all. So in 2009, we went into network marketing, and we were less than a $10 million company, and in 1 year went to $200 million. Now here's another thing. We are first with an all-natural breakthrough. So it's not if, it's when we hit momentum and go into being a half a billion dollar company and then $1 billion company, which is what Shawn will share with you. And we're not there yet, so we're first to the table with this. So, okay, when I was teaching health and PE, I didn't know what oxidative stress was, to be honest with you. So when this was introduced to me, I thought, why does this matter to me? Well, I mean, I take a multivitamin, I eat pretty healthy, I eat my fruits and veggies, I work out. Why should I be taking Protandim Nerve 2? Well, here's what you need to know, and here's why this is so important. So there's something called oxidative stress, you guys, and basically it's free radical damage. We get it in the food that we eat with the additives, preservatives, GMOs, dyes, all the junk that's in our food, right? Our processed food, we can't escape it. It's pollution in the air, it's smoke, it's talking on our cell phone, which we all have a cell phone, the EMF, standing by our TVs. We cannot escape it. Even exercise gives us oxidative stress. So if you are breathing, you are taking on oxidative stress. And I want you to think of it like this. If you cut open an apple or you peel back a banana and you let it sit out, what happens to that fruit? It turns brown, right? That's what's happening on the insides of our body as we age. And we get more and more of it. And what happens is that leads to inflammation, which leads to age-related diseases. So if you look on the right side of the screen, you're going to see what oxidative stress affects. It affects your heart, skin, kidneys, joints, lungs, brain, the immune system, blood vessels, everything, your eyes. And it leads to things like macular degeneration, arthritis, hypertension, chronic inflammation, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, MS, anything age-related, inflammation-related, oxidative stress affects. So here's what I had to ask myself. Knowing about Protandim Nerve 2, knowing that it's proven on the gold standard of medicine where doctors and researchers go, why wouldn't I take this? Knowing it's preventive, knowing that in my family I've got cancer, I've got Alzheimer's, okay? I also have hypothyroid, so I thought, what if? And I had no idea when we were trying to have a baby that it could help with that. Again, we can't say it treats, cures, prevents, or mitigates disease, but I do want to point out, you guys, 2 years consistently taking it every single day. This eye right here is a lazy eye. It's never improved. My numbers are improving. My vision is improving. Not something that I feel necessarily, but my body is healing and repairing itself at the cellular level. And that is so, so important if you want to live an optimal, vital, have vitality and live the best life that you can live. So that was a no-brainer. So if you know people that are struggling with things, again, they need to hear about this. If you are struggling or you just want to be health-minded, preventive, again, you need to look into this and talk to the person that invited you. Let's see here, going to my next slide. I got a little lag time. So if you look at this screen, guys, this is the major universities and institutions that are studying or have studied Protandim Nerve 2. There's also pharmaceutical companies creating synthetic versions of Nerve 2, which again, lots of money, buku money, nasty side effects. But all these places, all these institutions, universities have done their own research and have found Protandim Nerve 2 to be very significant in what we can say reducing oxidative stress, which is the root cause of age-related disease. And there's one that I do want to point out on here, Biogenitic, and I'll bring this up here in a little bit. But they are a pharmaceutical company, and they did a study between their drug, Tecfidera for MS, and our Protandim Nerve 2, and found that our Protandim was the most potent. Also, American Heart Association right here in the middle. When my husband and I went to listen to a cardiologist speak about Protandim Nerve 2 and this company, this was something that he talked about. He had never seen a branded supplement in the Circulation Journal. That is a huge deal. So again, you guys, we're on to something big, we're first, and it matters when it comes to your health. Let's see here, going to the next slide. So again, I want to give you a visual because sometimes it's hard to understand why, why is this, why can't I just eat well? Why can't I work out? I'm a pretty healthy person. Okay, so I want you to think of it like this. Your body is a house fire, okay? It's taken on all this oxidative stress, okay? Cellular damage, aging. When you consume fruits and veggies, okay, let's just say blueberries or whatever, vitamin A, vitamin C, okay? It's fighting those free radicals on a 1-to-1 ratio. When you take Protandim Nerve 2, it's activating our body's own internal pharmacy to heal and repair itself. So what it does is it flips a switch. Our body starts creating its own antioxidant enzymes. This is huge. And it fights free radicals in the body 1,000,000 to 1. So if you do eat healthy, if you do work out, continue to do those things. You want to do that. But this is another layer of protection and of healing and repairing the body to live your best life, to feel good. Who doesn't want to feel good, right? To give you more energy, to sleep better, to reduce inflammation. I mean, big, big deal. So again, for me, I had never heard of oxidative stress, but when I learned of this being the most potent thing to reduce it by 40%, it was a no-brainer. And my family will take this for the rest of our life. We've seen incredible things. And I don't want to get into all the science because I don't want to pretend like I'm a doctor because I'm not. However, I work with a lot of doctors and medical professionals that can explain the science if anybody ever wanted to go deeper with that. I'm just going to explain the layman's terms. And that's what I love about LifeVantage too. Anyone can do this business. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to have a master's degree. You just have to have a burning desire for change and you want to help people and be coachable. It's a great, great thing. So, Nerve 2. What is Nerve 2? It's not a football. I kind of laugh. I'm like, Nerve 2, it sounds like a football. It is a protein that's in the body, and it's a pathway. And I won't get into all the science right now. I'm just going to give you an overview, but it's very, very important. It was discovered in the late 90s. So again, it tells you where we're at. We're not very far in. You guys, you think of medical professionals, if you think of like 1999, you have to be 19 years old to know what the Nerve 2 pathway is. So not a lot of people know about this yet, but the word is getting out about how important this is. And like I said, pharmaceutical companies are racing to create synthetic versions, and our natural version is the most potent. So third-party peer-reviewed research. This was a study that was done by Washington State. I want to just read this clip for you. NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. Oh my gosh, like that's huge, that's huge. So when my husband and I were thinking about that LifeVantage, we were like, this is a no-brainer. What if this is, we're first to something that is, it's a game changer in health. It was a no-brainer for us to get involved with this and want to share it with people. And it's kind of funny, you guys, because I'm actually a natural introvert, never done sales. This is not about being a salesperson, okay? This is about sharing a gift with people. We have a massive responsibility to share knowing what we know. Okay, taking you back to that biogenetic pharmaceutical company that did the study on Protandim and MS. Here's the little clip on the Multiple Sclerosis Journal. Says, interestingly, Protandim, a dietary supplement consisting of herbal ingredients, was the most potent inducer and therefore may be the most suited as a therapeutic strategy. Okay, that is coming from the drug company about our natural product. Amazing, amazing. So just real quick, want to recap our flagship product, Protandim NRF2. It's cleaning up the garbage, the cellular junk that's taking place in our body. Again, you can't be healthy with unhealthy cells. So this is going to help clean up that junk, that damage, that inflammation. There was a study that was done by the National Institutes of Aging, and that was a federally funded study. Protandim NRF2 is the only natural compound that extends lifespan. That's huge. Nothing else, there's nothing else out there that can say that. NRF2 helps regulate your body's survival genes, so it's going to upregulate good genes in your body, downregulate the bad. It is safe, and people that are professional athletes can take this. Olympic athletes can use this. We are BSCG certified. This stuff is incredible, you guys. It's easy, it's convenient, and it's affordable. Again, it's a no-brainer. You take one a day, 41 bucks, month supply, no-brainer. And we're first. The next thing that we offer, so I'm going to do kind of a product overview. The next thing that we offer is Protandim NRF1. NRF1 produces more mitochondria. So along with the cell being healthy, we need to make sure that it's producing energy or ATP. And there's a lot of disease states, you can look on the right-hand side, that do not have enough mitochondria. So it's called mitochondrial dysfunction. This helps produce more energy, more ATP. If you go back to your 7th grade, 8th grade biology class, you go into that whole ATP. But it's important for sleep, it's important for energy, it's important to make the cell optimize and function at its very best. And you want to use this in conjunction with the Protandim NRF2 because, as the video said, it does produce free radicals, so you have to use them as a pair. You don't use this one by itself. But again, you guys, it helps slow cellular aging by supporting the chromosome integrity. It's absolutely incredible. I love this stuff. I remember when I first started taking it, I just slept so good. I was dreaming again. I was in that deep REM sleep, which I hadn't been in for a long time. This stuff is awesome. All right, the next biohacking product that we offer is called the Physique Probiotic. Now, if you are into health, you probably, or you're learning about health or trying to get healthier, the big craze, you guys, is gut health. Okay, gut health is a big, big deal. And it's really, really important that you choose a probiotic that is going to be effective, that is going to work and get through the stomach acid and deliver that healthy bacteria to the gut. So 80% of our immunity is based on gut health. Okay, your gut health affects even the neurotransmitters in your brain. So if you don't have good gut health, it can lead to leaky gut, which is here on the side, which affects everything: your skin, your brain, your sinuses, your joints, your adrenals, your colon, everything. What I love about LifeVantage's probiotic is, first of all, it's got 2 patented ingredients in it, Wellmune and BioTrack. And why those are a big deal is because about 2 to 4% of probiotics get through the stomach acid. That's not very much, you guys. So if you're eating yogurt or you're taking a probiotic, from Walgreens, or even maybe a good pharmaceutical probiotic, a lot of it's not protected like ours is by that BioTrack to deliver the healthy bacteria to help you function at an optimal level. Ours, 60 to 65%, gets through the stomach acid and delivers that healthy bacteria. It's going to help you absorb the nutrients. It's going to help you absorb the protandim nerve 2, nerve 1, okay, and the other things that you're taking, the other food that you're eating. So your brain is functioning better. So your gut is functioning better. So your overall immunity is functioning better. This stuff is the bomb. We work with some health professionals who have done research on a ton of probiotics, and they've actually trashed the ones that they were taking once they figured this out, because number one, you don't have to refrigerate it. It's delivering the healthy bacteria. It's working. Oh my gosh, you guys, we've seen things with people with gut issues and IBS, and oh, I could go on and on. The list goes on and on of what this is doing for people. So like I said, if you have any questions, get back to the person that invited you and they can share stories with you. This stuff is, it's a game changer. The next thing that we love, it's part of our vitality stack that helps the body function at its best, its foundational pillar, is our omega. Okay, your omega it's a healthy fatty acid, and it's going to support your brain health, your heart health, your skin health. I mean, I've noticed like changes in my hair, my skin. It contains the omega-3s, it contains vitamin D, and it contains omega-7s for weight management. Great, great stuff. This stuff is pharmaceutical grade, and it's traceable from the boat to the bottle. So the mercuries, the metals are gone. We don't have any of that. Again, this stuff is top-notch, high quality. And when you're looking for a fish oil, you do want to make sure that you know where it's coming from, because a lot of it does have the metals in it. It has additives and artificial junk. This does not have that. And it tastes great. If you were to bite into it, it's got kind of a lemon lime flavor. It's not fishy at all. Really, really, really good stuff. Go to the next one here. Okay, so you guys, the first couple products that I mentioned, the protandim nerve 2, the nerve 1, the probiotic, and the omega, is part of what we call our vitality stack. Again, it's a foundational pillar for health. Brain, it's going to help your brain, heart health. It's going to help your cellular health, energy, your gut health. It's a no-brainer if you're looking to improve your health, if you want to be preventive. Again, amazing, amazing stuff. The next thing we offer is a skincare line. It's a Nerve 2 skincare line. And it's kind of funny because when this came out, I was like, oh gosh, another skincare line. I mean, there's so much there's so much stuff on the market that's skincare. However, what I love about this is it's Nerve 2 for the skin. So we're the only patented skincare line in the United States, Nerve 2. So basically what this is, you guys, is it's protandim for your skin. It's going to fight the oxidative stress damage, the free radical damage on our largest organ, our skin. It's going to help with skin tone, fine lines, wrinkles, you name it. Skin conditions like psoriasis, rashes, sunburns. We've seen incredible things. I can tell you, I wish I could bathe in this because it's that good. And it's natural. Everything in this it doesn't have artificial junk. So it's healing and repairing the skin. It gets 7 layers deep. It's good for all skin types. Man, I could go on and on about this stuff. And who doesn't want to feel good? Like, who doesn't want to look good? Okay, we all want to look our best. We want to feel great. It helps brighten the skin. Really, really good stuff. You can see this lady from day 1 to day 61, what this did to her skin. We have so many stories on this. Don't hesitate to reach out. We also have a hand cream now that's a Nerve 2 hand cream, and I love it. It's like so super soft. It makes my hands feel so good. I do want to point out, you guys, for the science people, that there was a study done between this and retinol, and retinol is a synthetic. I know a lot of women love it, even men, okay? It helps, you know, reduce wrinkles, that kind of thing. But the problem is it's synthetic. So when you use it, your skin turns red, it can flare up, can get flaky. This does not do that. This heals and repairs the skin and is natural. I'm telling you, this stuff is unbelievable. 4-part system. There's a cleanser, okay? There's a lotion. It's kind of a liquidy material, like a liquidy feeling, not really, so I was going to say a toner, but more of a lotion. There's an eye serum that you can put under the eyes. People use it on frown lines, between the brows, even put it on acne. Then there's an anti-aging cream, a Nerve 2 anti-aging cream. Again, I can't get enough of this stuff. My husband uses it for shaving. It's great, 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 great product. Okay, one of my favorites is the Axio. This is a drink. Okay, It is classified as an energy drink when actually it's what we call brain juice or brain food. It's kind of a category on its own, but the ingredients in it are specifically targeted for the brain. Now, I'm not going to get into all the ingredients, but if you wanted to, you could go look them up on WebMD. Seriously unbelievable. We have a caffeinated version and a decaf version. My kids drink this every day. Our whole family drinks it. We've seen incredible things happen in people with their focus, with how they feel. And this is not like, you know, the rock stars and the Red Bulls and the energy drinks out there that are nasty, that have all that crap in them, to be honest. And you drink it and then you feel great and then you have this crash. You do not feel like this. This is going to help you, your mental focus. It's more of a kind of focus drink. It's going to help with your clarity, brain fog. So if you're struggling with brain fog, this helps the brain fire on all 4 cylinders. And it is awesome. There's 5 different flavors, I believe. And so again, you can talk to the person that invited you. They can share those with you. But I just want to point out, we have seen amazing things happen with children that struggle with various, mental things going on, behavioral disorders, ADD, ADHD, just incredible. And there was a chiropractor friend of ours who, I'll just be real, he was skeptic. And he saw some incredible things happen in some of his patients who were taking the Protandim Nerve 2 and drinking the Axio. And so he decided to try it on a family member. And you can see the difference in this kiddo's writing test. I think the kiddo was around 3rd grade level, but you can see the difference in 1 week. This stuff works. Again, we never know what's going on in people's lives. I don't know if you have any kids at home or kids that struggle in school, but I've had so many people that we work with who have called and said, thank you so much for sharing this with me. My son, I used to have to ask him 17 times to do something. Now it's like 3 or 4. I'm getting reports from teachers that they're focusing better, that they're doing better in school. And there's nothing better than to see your kids performing better. There's nothing better than to see people feeling good and doing their best, and especially when it comes to your family. So again, please, get back to the person that invited you about this stuff, because it is a fantastic alternative to all the stuff that's out there, the sugary drinks, the Gatorades, pop, just stuff's amazing. The next thing that we have in our tool belt with LifeVantage, you guys, is a physique weight management system. It's not weight loss, it's weight management. So what I love about this is, I was a health and PE teacher, and again, when they came out with this, I was like, ugh, weight management system. Like, I didn't think you needed the additional support. But what I love about this is it aids in supporting you with lean body muscle mass, okay? It aids in reducing inches in the body fat, the visceral fat around the belly with the fat burn. I won't get into all the details. We talked a little bit about the probiotic, but it's a 4-part system. Everything's natural. We have some ingredients in the fat burn that are patented, and again, aid in muscle loss, okay? The protein shake is a natural vanilla, really, really yummy. It almost tastes kind of like cake batter, and it's going to help with the lean body muscle mass. You can add things to it for a meal replacement, or you can just use it as a snack. We add all kinds of stuff, peanut butter and fruit, and we just spice it up to make it really, really yummy. The cleanse is a great system to start at the beginning of every month for 1 week. It's very gentle and mild. It's got prebiotics and probiotics in it, and it's, again, a great, great system. We just wrapped up a contest with our company, our physique contest, and saw some amazing things. I know there's some people on here watching who had used this system, and along with diet and exercise, I'm telling you, incredible results. So if anybody's looking to put on more lean body muscle mass, to lose some unwanted inches, reach out and we can share more with you about this system. Lastly, you guys, as far as the products that LifeVantage offers, is Pet Tandem. Okay, Pet Tandem is for doggies or animal lovers, cats, horses, cows. Okay, this was formulated for dogs because people were giving their dogs, their hunting dogs, the Protandim, the human version. This stuff's awesome. It's got a good flavor, so the dogs will eat it. We saw some really cool things with our golden retriever, our first golden retriever, when we started this 4 years ago. She had horrible, like a skin rash, staph infection. We had her on Rimadyl for arthritis. Within 3 months, her rash had cleared up. And I remember my husband going, have you seen our dog? She looks she looks like a different dog. We told our vet, and just some really cool things with our dog. Our dog also had hip dysplasia, so her joint mobility was not very good. She could never jump in the back of our vehicle. She was able to jump in our vehicle after starting this. We actually gave her the human version after a few months just because she was such a big dog. But incredible. It's going to help with joint mobility. It's going to help with anything oxidative stress-wise in dogs or in animals. So animals age faster than humans, believe it or not, okay? So this is going to slow down the aging. You know, and I know a lot of us, sometimes we love our pets more than ourselves, and we're willing to do more for our pets than we are ourselves. So if you're an animal lover, if you care about your pets, I highly encourage you to look into this as well, or they're suffering with something. This is going to reduce inflammation, going to reduce the oxidative stress. And again, it's the real deal. It's amazing. We can share tons of stories with you on this. Okay. I am going to bring on my buddy, Shawn Poe. Shawn Poe, like I said, his wife and him introduced the business opportunity to my husband and I 4 years ago, actually 6 years ago. And then we took the plunge with the opportunity 4 years ago. So it took us about 2 years to get it. Darn it. Should have started sooner. But this guy's incredible, you guys. He worked for Citigroup. He was a big dog there, and he's got a heart of gold. And he'll share more of his story, but he's a top leader in this company. He is the real deal. He explains this business like nobody I've ever seen. And I can tell you guys, because of him and his wife, I was able to walk away from teaching and be able to get that vehicle that I was telling you at the beginning to give me what I want. I'm happy now. I'm making more money than I did teaching, and I'm with my kids. And we're helping a ton of people, and our only goal with this is to help others reach their goals, whatever they may be. So I'm going to bring on Shawn, and he's going to explain the business and the timing of where this is going. And again, thanks you guys so much.
Awesome.
Hey,
thanks,
Shawn.
Chelsey.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you. Great to hear the information. And, you know, I've heard this stuff hundreds and hundreds of times, and it always just fascinates me and encourages me to keep sharing the information, because what we've seen happen over the last 7 years is just absolutely mind-blowing. And if anything, it's just getting better and better. The science is getting better. The products that we have to help people are getting better. And that's really what we want to do. I just got back from a trip in Canada where we were sharing the exact same information with groups out there. And it doesn't matter what location or what marketplace we go into. The reality is that most people just don't have any sort of idea what we're talking about when we start talking about the technology behind these products. And to me, that really, really lends itself the ability to place yourself for huge financial benefit. I don't know, where everybody's dialed in from today, or the people listening to the replay, where all you're from, but I can tell you, Chelsey being in Nebraska, me being in South Dakota now, we typically don't hear about things first. It usually goes east to west coast in, and we hear about it like 17 years later. But the reality is that we have heard about this first, and it's, I think, our obligation to share the information with you. When you understand the science and what's behind these products, I think it's an absolute no-brainer. You're going to integrate them into your health strategy. It's just a matter of how you're going to do it. What I have on the screen right now is called the S-curve, and every product, service, industry, business goes through this S-curve if they stay in business or they're in the marketplace long enough. And the reality is that at the very beginning, most people that are adopting or using the product or service, they don't know, or the average person doesn't know about it yet. And I like to give you the example of like the iPhone. If you think about the iPhone 1, not very many people in the marketplace heard of the iPhone 1, let alone bought the iPhone 1. Same thing with usually the iPhone 2, the iPhone 3, when I ask groups of people who had those products. But around the iPhone 4, that's when it went from that early adopter phase to the early majority, and the company started to go through momentum with that product. And when you start to think about the iPhone 5, 6, 7, we're now on the iPhone 8 and X. Everybody's pretty much heard of the product, and most everybody has had at least one version of those products. So it went through that momentum phase, and it's at the top of the S-curve. Well, when you think about business, you guys, I want you to think about this. When is better timing? Is it before it goes through that momentum phase or afterwards? And for most answers, it's going to be to get in before that momentum phase, because 80% of the growth that a company ever has is during that momentum phase. That's not to say that you can't make money at the top of the S-curve. You absolutely can, but you better be really good at what you're doing at that point in time. Now, Michelle and I, when we first got into this business 7 years ago, we didn't know the first thing about network marketing. We didn't understand the first thing about nutraceuticals. But what we knew was this: if there was a system in place that other people had already proven to work, we could have the success that they had if we followed the same roadmap. And that's what we teach people. In this business, it's really about creating a system, having a system in place that we can help everybody have success. It doesn't matter what your background is, what your education level is, what your prior experience is. If you have a burning desire in your life for change, if you're coachable and you have good work ethic, we can show you how to have success in this business. And I know, that the business side is not for everybody, but I at least want you to have enough information that you can make that decision for yourself, whether it's for you or not. 85% of our business is customer based. And I love that for the simple fact that if you just see value in taking the products, again, I think it's a no-brainer. You're going to integrate these products in your health strategy. But if you don't see value in the business, just become a customer. That's not an issue at all. We love our customer base, and we'll never try to talk somebody into the business if it's not for them. But if you're Rolodexing other people in your head already that need to hear this message, that need to hear this information, the business side is probably for you. Or maybe you're like me. I was in the corporate world. I had a successful career. But the problem was, the higher I climbed up the corporate ladder, the more time they were expecting out of me. And I was away from my family more and more and more. And I wasn't the dad I should have been. I wasn't the husband I should have been. And I wanted a way out. But the reality is I had to replace that income. So here, this next screen is our income disclosure summary, and it shows the ranks from Pro 1 to Pro 10 in the company and what the average monthly earning is at each one of these ranks. Now, to me, those first three ranks, Pro 1 through 3, it's more part-time money, $80, $260, $580 a month. And there's a lot of people that's all that they're looking for. My last 3 years with Citigroup, I managed the defaulted student loan portfolio, and I know that about 80% of all bankruptcies in the U.S. could be avoided with an extra couple $100s a month. And I look at it like this, if this isn't you, you do have friends and family going to bed tonight praying for something to change in their life because they're needing an extra couple $100s at the end of the month. Because as it turns into June, they don't know where their car payment's going to come from, or their rent, their mortgage, or how they're going to have groceries for the rest of this month. The reality is that a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck, and that extra income stream could be super valuable for them. And then look at the ranks of Pro 4, Pro 5, $1,200, $2,500 a month. To me, that's supplemental income. We have a whole host of people coming up to retirement age right now, the baby boomers, right? And the retirement world is not what it used to be. People used to work for a company 30, 40 years, and during their retirement years, they were taken care of between Social Security and pensions and a little bit of investment. But the reality is the pensions have gone away. Social Security doesn't provide enough to help people, live the same lifestyle they're accustomed to, and they definitely haven't saved enough money for the most part to live the same lifestyle that they're accustomed to while they're working. So their choices are simply this: is either continue to work or live off of less money. So I think that, there's tons of people out there that if we could roadmap out how to earn that supplemental income, they'd be super interested in hearing about it. And look at the ranks of like Pro 6, Pro 7, $6,000, $11,000 a month. Probably 85 to 90% of American households, somewhere between Pro 5, 6, and 7, would replace 100% of their family's income in those ranks. And then Pro 8, Pro 9, Pro 10, we're talking about generational wealth, $20,000, $40,000, $100,000 a month. And I know that the money side isn't what this is all about. Truly, we got into this business to help other people on the product side and health side. But the reality is we've helped just as many people on the financial side as well, earning some kind of additional income stream. And I'll tell you, there's a huge difference between linear income and residual income or leveraged income. With linear income, you're really trading time for money. That's what I did at Citigroup. That's what I did as an employee my entire life until I found this business model. You know, I showed up 2 weeks later, I'd get a check, continued to show up, stop getting, get another check. When I stopped showing up in January of 2012, they stopped sending me checks. Michelle, she was always commission-based, which was great because the harder she worked and the better she was at her job, the more she got paid. But the reality is it always started over every single month. But with this business model and this type of compensation plan, you truly get paid over and over and over again for work that you did in the past, and also getting paid off of helping other people do this business model and share this information with other people as well. That's why it's truly leveraged income or residual income. You do the work and you get paid over and over and over again for it. Now, if you're thinking about getting started, here's what I would say. There's a couple different ways to get started. One of them is on the business side of it. Again, 85% of our business is customer based, but if you're Rolodexing people or you're wanting to do something different, I would strongly encourage you to look at doing the business, because if you want something different in life, you really have to put yourself out there, take the risk, take the plunge, and do something. And I can tell you, we've done tons of different businesses over the last 20 years, and this has the lowest barrier of entry for the highest potential reward. I'm telling you, I have not seen another business model out there that you could get involved with around $1,250 and have the potential of a multi-million-dollar business on your hands. And the reality is that's what we have. The silver packet's $350, the gold pack's $650, the platinum pack's $1,250 here in the US. If I was going to get started again tomorrow, I would start with the platinum pack absolutely every single time, because it comes with the most product at the biggest discount, and you start to create stories for yourself, what the product's doing for you and your friends and your family. And when you start to see the anecdotal evidence that everything that we talked about is real, it's just going to snowball from there. When you have positive benefits on products, what do? You do two things. You continue to take them, but you also start to tell other people about them as well. And I know when you integrate these products, you're going to have huge, huge success stories as well. And that's what led into the business for us. Now, if you're just thinking about the product side, the one that I would suggest doing is in the middle there, that Vitality Stack. It's our core 4 products. It's that NRF2 that's going to reduce oxidative stress an average of 40% in 30 days. It's got the NRF1 that's going to increase the mitochondria health and the quantity of them in the cells, the fish oil with the vitamin D, and then also that probiotic. Gut health is extremely, extremely important in your overall immune health. If your gut's not healthy, you are not going to be healthy. So these 4 products, what I want you to think about is that's about $5 per day to completely overhaul your entire health. If you're going to try these products, try that out for 4 to 6 months. See what this would do for your body at $5 a day to see what changes that are going to happen in your life. I know I'm absolutely convinced that you will have amazing, amazing benefits with these products. The reality, though, is this isn't for everybody. But what I would ask you to do is get back with the person that introduced this to you first and let them know where you stand. You know, if this isn't for you, I would ask you that if something does change in your life, get back to the person and tell them that something changed. Or maybe every 4 to 6 months, we could update you on either new science or what's going on now with the company, if a new product comes out, stuff like that. If you have questions, let us know what those questions are, because we can point you to the right information. Google's awesome. You can search a lot of these things, but the reality is sometimes it doesn't separate out fact from fiction. And I would contend all day long that the American Heart Association is going to be a much more credible resource to send you to than a blogger on the internet. So let us know what your questions are so we can help you know where you are with this and how we can help out. And if you're ready to get started, either as a customer or distributor, let us know that too. It's easy to get started, get you started in about 5 minutes, but it's a very simple process. And I want to leave you with this, though, is there's 6 different ways that we get paid. The bottom right one is probably the most important one, I feel, in our compensation plan. I haven't seen this elsewhere in the marketplace or in the industry, but what this is it's a revenue sharing program where it doesn't matter when you get started in the company. As long as you reach the rank of Elite Pro 7, you start receiving commissions paid on all revenue that's done throughout the world. And it's not profit sharing where they cut out all the expenses. It's true revenue sharing. What they do is they put all of this 4% into 4 different segments. All the 7s, 8, 9s, and 10s share 1%. The 8, 9s, and 10s a second. The Pro 9s and 10s a third, and the Pro 10s a fourth. And really, again, what this means to me is it doesn't matter when you start. You could be the first distributor or sign up today, and you're going to start participating once you hit the rank of Pro 7 on everybody's work that's ever been out there. You might not know anybody in Taiwan, but when Taiwan opens up next month, if you're in this pool, you're going to start participating in the revenue that they do there. It's really, really cool part of the process. And I want you to know this as well. We do have that system in place to help everybody have success. You don't do this business alone. And unlike the corporate world where I was always paid more money to separate myself from everybody else, with this business, our compensation plan and our benefits are set up in a way that we can only have success helping other people be successful. And I love that business model. I love that strategy. When network marketing is done right, with the right people and the right products, it's one of the most amazing ways to do business that I've ever seen. And we're going to continue to share this message, get people excited, and you know, we want to lock arms with those people that really want to put this into action. So think about where these shifts are happening in the world. We know that there's huge health shifts that are happening right now. Healthcare, I think, is looked at in a very different mindset than it was 10, 15 years ago because we have access to so much more information and we can truly understand the things that we're putting into our body and the impacts that it's having, both on the positive side and the negative side. And I think people are really gravitating towards all natural ways to really impact their health strategy. Now, on the flip side, on the business side, where are we changing to as well? What's happening in the business realm? Well, I can tell you when I had my security licenses back in the early 2000s that there wouldn't have been a portfolio manager out there that if you would have told them that institutions like Radio Shack, JCPenney, Sears, Macy's, all these major retailers, that they'd be out of business. But the reality is that they're going out of business at a very, very fast clip. Institutions that have been around 100 plus years are on the verge of bankruptcy every single quarter, every time that they're releasing earnings. Toys R Us recently went bankrupt, and I started looking at their financials, and one thing that stood out to me that I don't think that most people were aware of was Toys R Us had not had a profitable quarter since 2012. You know, the writing had been on the wall for a long time that they were in trouble. They were in serious trouble. But what's taking the place? Because people aren't buying less, right? They're just buying differently. And what's happening? Well, we know that places like Amazon have completely disrupted the business world and have really hurt brick and mortar environments. But what is Amazon? Amazon is simply this. It's a giant collaboration of distribution centers that ship product right from the distribution center to somebody's house. And that's exactly what network marketing is as well, you guys. It's taking off the shelf products like Protandim that used to sit on the shelves of GNC and CVS and Rite Aid, sold less than a bottle per store per month because nobody knew what it was or why it was important to take. It takes it out of the shelf space and it puts it directly into the consumer space. And that's what I love about this business and this industry is that we're exactly positioned where we need to be to survive the changes that are happening to the brick and mortar environment. So with that, I'll send it back over to Chelsey to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for being on this. I know that you had decisions to make on how you were going to spend your time today, or if you're watching the replay. Thanks for checking out the replay. Again, get back to the person that invited you on here, but I will turn it back over to you, Chelsey.
Thanks, Shawn. You rock, buddy. So I just want to say the same thing. Thank you so much for your time tonight to jump on and hear about this. We kind of condensed everything as fast as we could into this, presentation. But if you do have more questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help you. Really, that's what this is about. It's about helping other people, and in return, it blesses your life, and it's a beautiful thing. So thank you so much for jumping on. Have an amazing night. Again, thanks, Shawn, for your time. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't thank God for you and your wife for introducing this to my husband and I, who never thought we would do this, but I'm so, so grateful that we said yes. So if you have any questions, reach out. Have a great night, everybody. Back to Memorial Day festivities, work tomorrow, that kind of thing. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.